Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another movie review. This is going to be for Birdman, and it stars Michael Keaton, Emma Stone, Zach Galifianakis, Edward Norton, Naomi Watts, and Merritt Weaver. Um, so yeah, before I begin on the actual review, though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual for those that have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out, and come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Um, okay. 10 seconds are up, so for those who have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me, then I gave you a fair warning, because as usual, I did. Um, so yeah, Birdman, what did I think of it? As usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and the rates. So basically you have, basically this movie follows, for the most part, Reagan, played by Michael Keaton, and he's basically a struggling actor trying to get back into the limelight, trying to become popular again, trying to become relative again. So basically, he used to be an actor from the 80s and 90s, and one of his biggest hits was was a comic book movie called Birdman. And um, basically now he's trying to get back into the limelight, and he's basically producing this play in order to help him become relative again. And there's many people around him who are, challenging him. He's trying to overcome obstacles, and he's also having suicidal thoughts, and yeah, and I don't know if it's just me. I'm pretty sure other people out there have pointed this out, but this movie follows a lot like Michael Keaton's actual life right after Batman. Because think about it, he was famous in the 80s and 90s, mostly for being a comic book hero, Batman and Birdman in this case. And now he's trying to get back into the limelight. I mean, this year he also had a small role in RoboCop. He had a small role in RoboCop. He had Birdman, obviously, this movie. He's been in the Toy Story movies, or at least one of them. He's gonna be in the Minions movies. Um, and I believe he was also in the um, Need for Speed. So he is trying to get back into the limelight. Uh, so yeah, and he was also, I believe, in Cars or something like that. So yeah, or the voice for a car in the movie Cars. So he is slowly trying to get into the limelight. Now whether he is suicidal or not, it doesn't really appear to be, because Michael Keaton in an interview said that this character is maybe the character he is most like, is least likely to act as in real life. So it's good to say that he ain't suicidal. So yeah, I mean, overall, this was just a great movie in my opinion. The acting was, in my opinion, very well done, very great. Edward Norton, he's an incredible actor. I haven't really seen much of his work. The only other Edward Norton film I could think of off the top of my head is the Hulk movie from 2008, and even after that, I haven't seen that since it came out in theaters. I've only seen that movie once, and which was when I was like 7 years old at theaters. That's the only time I've ever seen that movie. So I want to see that movie again, hopefully soon. So really, I haven't seen much of Edward Norton at all. So Edward Norton, he's an incredible actor. People have said it, and it's true. He is a great actor. In my opinion, though, Zach Galifianakis, this is probably one of his best performances in a long time. In my opinion, he did an incredible job. And yeah, some of the other actors also, Naomi Watts, um, Emma Stone, and Merritt Weaver, they did a pretty great job as well. They did a decent job. But Michael Keaton, he stole the show. He was incredible. He did everything you basically would want from his character. He acted it well. Also the plot was interesting. Him trying to get back into the limelight through a theater play. That was interesting. That whole concept is interesting, and you also see it gives you a bit of background as to how a theater play is produced and works. And you also have this one scene at the beginning with Edward Norton. He's basically telling Michael Keaton, how he should act in the theater, and it's pretty interesting, very interesting to see in the inside. So I really did like that. One thing that many people point out is the way it was filmed, making it seem like it's all just one continuous shot. That was also pretty well done in my opinion. I think that was also one of the better aspects of this film, because I mean there were some negatives in the film. I'm not gonna lie, there were some negatives, but the better aspects of the film are definitely the acting, the writing for sure, and the fact that it's just one continuous scene. It's basically flows as one continuous scene. So the pacing problems, there's only one pacing problem, which I am gonna get to. So yeah, I mean seriously, but that one pacing problem screwed up the whole movie in my opinion, and that lowered the score by a lot. And so yeah. Now the one thing I really didn't like about this movie was the last 5 minutes, and you're probably gonna wonder like what happened during those 5 minutes that just made you hate the movie or whatever, personally, I didn't hate it. Actually, I think it's a great film. It's a great film, right? But the last 5 minutes, it kind of goes like this. So Michael Keaton attempts to do suicide in front of an audience. He gets a gun, because his character in the play, he's supposed to commit suicide in the play, but Michael Keaton, he's supposed to live. So Michael Keaton, he grabs a gun and decides to blow his brains out in front of the audience, right? And I think there is when the film that's basically where the movie should have stopped, in my opinion, because the next 5 minutes seems like an add-on, and also the last 5 minutes isn't filmed the same way as the rest of the film. It's not shot in one continuous shot, because the camera pans up, and then you just see small little clips of randomness, and that it was like small little clips, and that, from my opinion, that was like, what the fuck, what the hell did they do? They should have just stuck, either ended the film there, or just stuck with the one continuous shot, because those last 5 minutes I just did not like. And yeah, and then he's in the hospital like a week after, and that part's okay, it's decent, but it just doesn't feel connected to the rest of the film. Because it's not one continuous shot. Personally, the way I would have wanted it is this. After you see Michael Keaton's character dead on the floor, or near dead on the floor, they pan up. The camera pans up until this light. What I think they should have done is maybe have a bigger light, and then kind of have the camera either go down or just do like a whole 360 and whatever in the hospital room, and just pan to one of the characters in that room. But in my opinion, the last 5 minutes were unnecessary, and I mean, really, for me, the last 5 minutes, they didn't ruin the film for me, but it didn't make it as good as it was before the 5 minutes. So for me, I do think they could have made it into one continuous shot, and for some reason they just didn't. Which I would have, if they wanted to have that last scene of him in the hospital, that would have been completely acceptable for me. They just keep making it one continuous shot, but the fact that they kind of cut it and added it on, it just seemed unnecessary, and I really do not like that. The last 5 minutes, I just do not like. I think that could have been edited better, and the scenes in between they were just crap. So yeah, you have to see the movie in order to understand what the last 5 minutes are, to know exactly what I'm talking about or ranting about. So yeah, but aside from that, everything else of the film, the way it was shot, the thought, the acting, and the writing, was phenomenal. My one major problem is the last 5 minutes. My only other problem with the film is that every other character is smoking a cigarette in like every other scene, which for me, I don't really like smoking or like people who smoke, and it kind of felt like they were promoting smokers. So yeah, take it as will. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. It's a great film, but I do wish they wouldn't have advertised smoking as much, and that last 5 minutes would have been edited better, or just taken out as a whole. So yeah, that's basically it for now. Subscribe if you've not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. So yeah, comment down below on your thoughts on Birdman. Have you seen it? And if not, why not? And if you have, what are your thoughts on it? Comment all that down below. Let me know. And what are your thoughts on the last 5 minutes of him in the hospital? Do you like it, or do you hate it, or do you agree with me? Comment all that down below. Let me know. Like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.